now, so the thumbnail keeps taking them to the old video. It's frustrating as heck.
I would hope that's not going to be the case.
Get off that.
Right, we've got 3 minutes there, but we are...
You know what, it's happened to me and Scar loads of times, mate, and people find the new one, so I'm seeing it now.
I'm just hoping we don't have the echo.
It'll be...
Hoping I've dealt with it.
I am still echoing.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
So, I'm not coming through like a speaker or something, am I?
Yeah, I've got you in a speaker, yeah.
Oh, that's why it's echoing, mate, because it's you're hearing. So what you could do is you need to turn one of them down. What you need is if you had earphones in, that should fix the echo.
Is that fixed it?
They're hearing.
Are you still getting the echo now?
It's a bit of a delay, so. What you need is. We're like a minute behind on this, so I'm just waiting for it to catch up. Is that fixed it? They're hearing. Are you still getting the echo now? Yeah, I'm still getting the echo.
Oh, okay, right.
So if you've got me coming out of speaker, mate, they're going to hear me through my feed on the video, but then they're going to hear me again from the speakers at your end, so that's why you're hearing me.
Right, so I'm not going to be able to hear you. How am I going to get around that?
Can you not
I'm gonna
hear me through headphones?
With earphones.
If you do that, that should solve it. That should solve it.
Nah. This is going to be funny. Right, okay.
Hello guys, we're back on another video now. What I would usually do at this point is take the piss out of Dread consistently and constantly, but I won't do that because was that old saying of he who casts stones, or him in glass houses, and I would be in the glassiest of glass houses right now if I was going to start.
Right, he's there and he's chatting away.
What you do at this point is take the piss out of Dread consistently and constantly, but I won't do that because was that old saying of he who casts stones, or him in glass houses, and I would be in the glassiest of glass houses right now if I was going to start.
Do you know what? Actually, I've got a solution. I have a solution.
I think they're saying my voice it's better now. I'm saying so guys, please just let us know in the comments right
with
now
me, boys and gits,
if the sound is sorted, because I think it might be okay now.
Did not expect to have to do this.
We have 1 minute till 9 o'clock, so
now I can hear you now, Stevo. I wonder if
you can hear me. I'm waiting for comments to see if anyone says that the sound's fixed now. Sounds great. We're good. We have 1 minute to spare, or a few seconds to spare.
Only trouble is your picture's gone and new audio device. Oh right, hang on. I've got to go to my.
I'm still on there. It's just darkened me where it's.
There we are.
Yeah, they're saying it all sounds good, so that's good. We've got Rivets and Daka in here. Kobe Taylor, Falafabills.
Right. Apologies, boys and gits, for all the mess up, but look! I've actually got a guest this side. I have a guest! None other than the big deal himself, Mr. 6+ Stevo, is my first ever live stream guest. There you go.
Oh wow, I am, aren't I?
You are, mate. This is the first time I've ever done it, ever managed to pull it off. Hopefully everybody's got good sound. Can everybody hear everybody good? Is there music going on? Is that too loud? Let me know in the comments.
Everyone's saying it's good, so it looks like we're good, mate. We're good. And mate, look, you got it working dead on 9 o'clock.
There you go.
At this point, last week when I was doing this same thing myself, it was a good 25 minutes after the allotted time until we got it working.
Yeah.
So, you've done good. You've done good. It was a good call on my part, wasn't it, to get so let's start it early, just so if we've got any fuck ups.
It was a good call. In fact, while you just entertain the gits for 2 seconds, I'm going to actually share that new stream because
because currently, guys, Dread has, as you've probably all seen, because you're here watching us now, he's shared this post across all the social media platforms. And currently, if anyone's seeing them posting, going, "Oh yeah, I fancy a bit of that," they'll be clicking on it and going back to our other one that you just were in that lasted a couple of minutes. And we didn't even realise we were live. There's been a lot of that going on lately. People not realising they're live. Yeah, a lot of that going on lately. Something in the water.
Tell us about your situation there, Steve. Go on.
Geez, should I, while you're fixing the stuff, shall I regale them with the story, because some of them may be unaware.
Go on. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh my word, it was. Do you know what? It's incredibly funny when it's someone else. So guys, I imagine. I'm talking to Dread subscribers now. I hope most of you are also my subscribers. If you're not,
I should hope so.
You know, there'll be a link, somewhere, and click on it. Be a subscriber to me too. But yeah, we did. Myself and Scar did the Bald Knobs live episode the other night, sort of week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and we had some technical difficulties to start with. It was my first time ever doing a live dual stream thing, and we got round them technical difficulties. We got sorted in the end, and we had a good show. Anyway, once the show finished, it was really bugging me that there was a good 20 minutes at the beginning of the show where we were fucked up with all the sound and everything, and I was like, I really want to edit that out so anyone watching the replay doesn't have to endure all that. It just looks a bit slicker and a bit
Pastor Crack, Dread, you need to up the system audios.
So, yeah.
That's as loud as it will go now. So hopefully that's good enough.
Oh, Plastic Crack saying I'm very low. Yeah.
I've put the system audio as loud as it would go there.
Well, it might have adjusted since then. The chat's always delayed a little bit as well. That's the trouble.
Yeah.
But by the time the message comes through, it might have already been. But yeah. So anyway, I wanted to get back and edit the show for the rerun so it could cut that bit out. And so I left the computer on, and I was just kept coming back to it, and I was fucking. And it was getting later and later, and I needed to get into bed, and I was like, oh, and by the time I gave up in the end, I'm like, still rendering. So I went to bed, laying in bed watching telly, fell asleep. And for some reason, must have been like the psychic eminence through the warp or whatever, all the boys calling out to me in unison, trying to warn me. And I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't feeling that well that night anyway, so I woke up feeling rough as hell. And reached over to my phone to see what the time was, 4 o'clock, and I was like, right. And then I don't know why, I opened my phone up and looked at my messages, and I had loads of messages, and there were people going, you're live right now, quick, people trying to warn me, and I'm like, what?
What's going on?
Half asleep. So I staggered out of bed in my pants, staggered over to the computer just here, and I'm leaning in, and I just look at the screen, and sure enough, I'm fucking live. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And at that moment, sheer panic is just flowed over me, because I'm like, has that just been live ever since we stopped our stream? Is it just continued on, or what? I couldn't understand what had happened. Basically, about 2:30 in the morning, it decided to just start a new stream and just video my bedroom door, and you could hear the sound of the telly and myself snoring in the background for an hour and a half. Until after an hour and a half of that, I stagger onto screen in my pants and see what's going on, and promptly shut it all down, watch the video back really quickly to just make sure nothing horrendous had happened. I'm starting to think, how many times did I walk past the screen starkers, and what, all this stuff. And basically in setting up the stream, I must have accidentally scheduled another stream when I was playing with the times. So literally, because I left OBS on as a piece of software I used for the streaming thing, it stayed on because I left it on in the background. And I thought, because I shut the stream off from YouTube, I thought it was all good. But no, at 2:30 it goes, right, we're off, are we? Yep, let's go. And,
yeah, I don't know if you've noticed that thing with the timing as well, because sometimes you set it for a time and then you look again on your phone and it's a 5-hour difference, and it's actually the US time for some reason.
Make sure you set to the right.
What's going on there?
Time zone, and make sure you do it by the 24-hour clock, not the 12-hour clock. But yeah, I don't know what happened, but basically I dodged a bullet because it could have been a lot worse. Because I've heard of some horror stories. But yeah, there was no real harm done other than embarrassing the hell out of me and a lesson learned.
Good telling off from the missus.
But yeah, there you go, mate. So I've told my humiliating story and kept them all amused.
Well done. Yeah, look, I hope everyone appreciates.
It's you, mate. It's your channel and it's your show, so I'm going to stand back.
Well, I hope everyone appreciates the cool surround that I've got going on. That was thanks to the Power Walk. I actually got your 6+ surround as well sorted out as well. Look, I actually asked him for that earlier on. He sent me it over.
You're using it, mate, and we use it on the War Boss channel. I've not actually used it myself on my own channel yet. I'm ashamed to say, but I need to see that because it looks really cool. And Pale Orc, thank you, man. The stuff looks great, and I'm sorry that I haven't used it yet. It is purely because of my laziness.
Yeah,
there's no other excuse.
He's a legend, and I am glad he's actually fixed my one. Look, I've got green instead of blue. So, Dim, if you're watching, mate, I've put it in the I've put it in the War Bosses folder so you can use it for us. Fix it up. So yeah, I think is that froze? No, it's not froze. Right,
it all looks good, mate. I'm watching.
All looks good.
It looks like it's a rip-roaring success currently.
Oh, good. So, what are you working on presently?
What am I working on? I am working on. Well, at the moment, at this exact moment, I am painting up my big mech. I've just before we went on the stream, I've just, as you can see, dry brushed the metallics on him. Yeah. And then in a moment, I'm going to start doing his skin. I showed this guy off in a showcase video not long ago. My sort of flash git big mech fella. So yeah, I'm just basically working on him at the moment. But
he's not actually part of your list, though, is he? Or
well, I mean, he could be because I've got is he? I can't remember now. What have I got in my list? No, he isn't. I don't actually have a big mech in my list. No. I don't have any form of protection in my list, which could haunt me. No, I went for the Death Killer War Trike instead, just to get the added mobility and charge range and stuff from him. Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't have a big mech in my list. He'll be part of my larger list. I've got so many big mechs now. I have so many different varieties of big mechs, including ones that are no longer legal. Because I've got like one with like kill saw and stuff and that, and can't have all that anymore.
You've got a 2,000 point list pretty much on its way as well, haven't you? Yeah, quite a bit ahead of us, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got basically once I've finished this fella, it'll be a 2,000 point list. My Gorkanaut, which as you can see, I've started, but I've got so much to go on him. But other projects recently have just drawn me away. I'm doing a bit of this, a bit of that. I've been making knobs. I've been making more boys. I've been making grot tanks. I've been making some super top secret stuff that will be shown off soon.
Oh yeah,
Scrig off.
I like the sound of super top secret.
Yeah, something pretty awesome. I'll be doing a bit of a review of something soon that I just got recently and finished building today.
Oh, we've got a lot of boys in the house. We've got Clint's in, Essex boys. We've got Rivers and Dakar, Gar, Gary's in, Kobe's in, Dissun. Who else is in there? Ork stuff.
Difficulties too, by the look of it.
Who has been?
Gary said, just put in a new router and got it configured. Almost missed this.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And I've just gone out of focus again.
Whoa. Oh, I did it to myself there. That was my own fault. Whoa.
Get some mood lighting on it. There we go.
Oh, sexy. Well, I currently have down on the Dread desk, as the viewers can see on the main screen now, I've got my, I've got a couple of boys actually. I was going to talk about my boys a little bit first.
Look at my boys.
Yeah, look at my boys. Look what I've got. In my list, as some of you will see, we have a new episode of the War Bosses coming out on the 1st of February, and in that we're going to be discussing our army lists. I think I go first, and I talk about mine, and then the other gits try to follow with theirs. And yeah, in that I'm talking about the list, and so in this I'm sort of showing you it a little bit. So as some of you know, I'm working on some Speed Freak style freebooter boys. So they're all sort of running poses and whatnot, and they're going to be in trucks and whatnot. So there's one of them there. This guy, they've all got chain weapons. That's sort of a theme I've gone for. And goggles. This guy doesn't have goggles, but he's got a mask around his face, so he gets away just about. But he's very bare-chested, and he's only got shorts, so he's definitely a speedy, farty, runny truck boy. And then we've got this one. He's actually running, so he's in a running pose. Bit of movement in him.
Yeah, he looks cool, man. He looks cool. Sorry, guys, I've just got to say, I apologise. I keep putting my hand up to screen. You're probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. I'm trying to get it back in focus, but I'm looking at my footage and I'm out of focus. But when I'm looking at the actual footage that you guys are seeing, I'm perfectly in focus. So
well, there you go.
It just looks like I'm pointlessly holding my hand up to the screen, like
big wow. Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah. You know? What is that old idiot doing?
This dude, he's not particularly running, but he's got the goggles, and he's got himself a chainsword lashed to his wrist. He's got the tank buster bomb too, because you know you've got to have one in the boys squad. So that's him.
Great. Might
as well. This is a Matrix boy, kind of, in a sense. I just like the way he's sort of got the two pistols and he's shooting. He's got some chains, he's got some goggles, bit of movement. This other running lad, I like this one. Yeah, mental head. I can't remember that. I think that's a Cromlech head. I can't remember about the arm.
That is a quality name for a boy, by the way. Keep that name. Just call him Mental Head.
Mental Head.
I love that. That's a wicked name for a boy. Make sure you write that under his face or something so you can remember that. Mental Head. That's a wicked name for a boy.
This lad, he's looted himself an Imperial chainsword. That's his chopper. He's got some chains wrapped around him. Yeah, he fits the theme as well. I've got a couple of these lads here with the mono wheels. They've also got the goggles. One of them's a bit of a fatty, the other one's a bit faster, and he's also got a bionic arm. Gary likes them with a bit of movement, he says, and all that. Another one with a shirt off.
I like them with a bit of girth. I like fat boys.
Well, I've got a couple of knobs for, you're talking about girth, I've got a couple of knobs to lead the two boys squads. One's an old school metal one, this one on the right, and they're chainswords from what was that game called that was a larger scale? Can't never remember.
Oh, Inquisitor?
Inquisitor, yeah, they're swords from Inquisitor when you could mail order. So I had them laying around, and I thought I'd turn that one in, I'll shake that around a bit like a cutlass, and then this one.
Yeah, cool.
Some people said they're a bit oversized, but I'm like, yeah, well, I don't care. Orcs ain't going to say that, are they? They're going to go, yeah, give me it.
I think you've just about got it at that. There's that sweet spot in there where it's
you could go too far,
big that
but
it looks ridiculous. But if you can push it just to the point where it's just verging on ridiculous.
This one looks rather big because of the way it's sort of upright. It's a bit more big looking.
The one holding it angled does
look better, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you can see what they are. They're big choppers, clearly.
Yeah.
They look cool.
So, I just want to show them off a little bit, get them out of the way, because I'm going to be painting my battle wagon. So, where I'm at this stage is I've Zenithal undercoated it, and I've laid on the red. I've on the bumper here, I've sort of done my bright colours there. I'm going to add some metallics on there. I've still got to highlight these colours and whatnot. They are very loud indeed, but there's a very good reason for that. I'm going to be knocking all of this back with a lot of weathering, and I'm going to be doing some oil washes as well. So oil washes are going to really knock some of the brightness out of it. But
oil wash sounds just about right for your lot. Yes, speed freak mob.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what you can do with an oil wash is like I could completely cover this vehicle in a dark wash, and then I can rub it away from the areas where I actually want the paint to show through. So it will, in the long run, it'd be worth it. So what
You've
I'm
got your
doing,
boys and the knobs all with their girth all oiled up, like ready for action.
filth. You just can't help yourself, can you? Did it? God, lads, you're going to enjoy the
first guest on the channel.
Yeah.
There you go. Grow up, Stevo.
If you like this, if you like Stevo's kind of filth, then you're going to love the new War Boss episode because it's disgusting. I watched it back, and the first 6 minutes had me laughing my tits off at the filth. I actually, viewers, Dread hung his head in shame. Actually did.
Yeah, it's a moment. I mean, I presume it was me saying something that went too far. Probably.
It was.
Yeah, there you go.
It was between you and Dim. It was.
There you go. Yeah. Dim's jokes. Dim encourages me. That's the trouble.
He does.
Now, usually Scar will be the one that you'll see during an episode, sort of shaking his head and sort of like rolling his eyes at us. But I've always said, like, if Dread thinks you've gone too far, then boy. Yeah. You've gone too fucking far. Because generally he lets anything slide. So like, when Dread's going, we're like, I might have pushed it a bit far there. I forget sometimes. Like, actually, this is going out. This isn't just a group of mates chatting. I get very comfortable and forget where I am.
It's easy to do. So what we're actually going to do today with this battle wagon is. I was telling Stevo before we went streaming, so I've actually, on the back of here, I've got this area that's going to need to be metallic, and I didn't worry about it when I was airbrushing, so I've got to pick up the metallics again. But what I did before I actually went spraying the red, was I dabbed some chipping medium on it. I've got some here, I think. I don't know if I used that one, or whether I used the AK heavy chipping. I think I might use that one, actually, I'm not sure. But anyway, stuck some of that down there when it was just rust coloured. So now when I paint over with the metallics, I'm hoping that when I activate that, we should have some rust coming through too. So that's what we're going to do today, is get that base coat of metal down in there. That's my plan. So I'm going to use an old horrible brush, one that I've ruined a little bit, a rubbishy crap brush that I don't care about, like, say, a GW brush.
Oh, burn.
Oh.
So I've never used chipping medium. I've seen it and I know like what it does and how it works and stuff, and it looks really cool. The only sort of negative I've seen anyone say about it when they've used it, like on videos and stuff, is the sort of lack of control. Like,
yeah.
It chips obviously randomly and stuff, so it gives that nice random, natural, realistic look. But sometimes it might chip a big bit off where you're like, oh, I didn't really want it to chip there so much. Like, how do you get around that somehow? Do you kind of pick points to kind of weather and
there are ways
working, or
it's basically practice, because it is even I've seen a few people that are like really, really good painters, way beyond myself, and they have said themselves they always find it inconsistent. It's a pain in the bum to work with, and can really ruin things sometimes. And some colours, some paints, some pigments just don't like lifting off very well. So you can do all of this stuff, and you can put this horrible garish bright paint on the top that you're sure you're going to be chipping off, and it won't matter. And then it's stuck there and it won't come off, and it's just got it don't look so good. But you can alternate between there's different levels of chipping fluid. So you can get this Worn Effects one, which only does mild chips, and then you've got this heavy chipping one, which does bigger ones. And just switching between different brands too can give you different results, and also layering it up. So you can go in and just dibble dabble it on with a brush, or you can come across with a pass of an airbrush. There's several different ways you can apply it, and you can go on.
I suppose it's quite
once
cool
or twice,
in a way, though, because it's got that realism of like anything that happens naturally.
Yeah,
it's not designed so it's completely random. It will chip and I suppose if you sort of do it over the whole thing and then do it, it's kind of a quick and easy, realistic way of getting that to go on. But
this does already have it on this battle wagon along on the red. It's just I haven't picked it out yet. So like I've chipped it in a few places already. I just haven't highlighted and picked it out
to do it, have it there, and it's going to happen. So like kind of when you do it, it's like, oh, like you can sort of see it happening before your eyes, and you'd be like, oh, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty magical.
Yeah,
but
it's quite cool.
I wouldn't leave it at just chipping back to the. Although I did use several different colours of rust on the model before I put the chipping fluid on, it still was mostly for the purpose of the zenithal. So from above it's very light, and from the side it's very dark. So there's not much differentiation between the colour of the rust in each little segment as such. So like this part up here is very light, and it's going to stay that way. So what I'm going to do is get in there with some pigments.
Slev says he wants to plate of chips now.
So keep talking about chipping.
A medium portion, yeah.
Right, let's talk more paint. I'm going to get some paint on it. So, what are we going with? Where's that dark metallic I had there?
I'm just currently applying some green skin to this big mech.
Oh yeah.
He's coming to like, you know what? He's going to be quite a fairly quick paint job, actually. It's so much fun painting just one miniature.
It is. Yeah, it's nice to focus on something.
It's really satisfying. Each bit only takes you a short amount of time because you're only painting a small area of paint, and then just as you're getting a bit bored of doing that bit, it's done, and then you're on to the next bit, so it keeps you motivated more. I would never advise anyone to paint an entire army one miniature at a time, but it's, for me, I can't stand batch painting. It kills momentum for me. I don't even enjoy painting large miniatures that much, but just give me like a boy or a knob-sized miniature to paint, you know, just one miniature, then I'm in my element. I'm happy, and
I feel you.
Yeah, it's fun. It's nice to, but I do. At some point, I've been thinking, you know, since I've finished my 1500 list, you know, and I haven't stopped. I'm still, you know, cracking on building and painting stuff. But I've started thinking, you know, I do need to get some more boys done at some point, because I've literally only got a squad of 10 boys, and that ain't enough. I need more. Bare minimum, I'd like to have enough to field a full squad of 30 shooter boys. Bare minimum, I'd like to reach that point. Obviously I want more than that eventually, but yeah, just the thought of doing like another 10 boys all at once, like ugh. Maybe I'll do like 5 at a time or something. Make it easy. Maybe I'll do 1 at a time, I don't know.
I think I've really cut myself some slack by doing some vehicles, that's for sure.
Yeah, the same for me, mate. I mean, I know I've been giving you guys a little bit of stick for, like, obviously, you know, winning the challenge of being first across the line, but man, Scar, he had the hardest challenge.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would say Dim had a hard challenge as well, because he's got a lot of bodies in his list. But
Grots are a little bit easier to paint because they've not got.
His list was already done as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Scar, like, he had hordes of boys, and you know, commandos and stuff. So tough list to get ready. So like, he's definitely. I mean, I like you. I went kind of vehicle heavy, where you've gone battle wagons and trucks. I've gone walkers. You know, and
yeah.
I mean, that was no easy task in itself, getting 6 killer cans and 3 Death Dreads done. You know, but yeah, just. Whew.
Yeah, I'd say even vehicles are probably easier than Death Dreads and cans, because they've still got a lot of, you know, different arms and bits and bobs, weird creases and cracks and bits and bobs. Whereas something like this battle wagon is just, once I've sprayed the base colours, you know, it's. I mean, that's the advantage, I suppose, of having an airbrush. But now I'm just painting on other base colours, and once they're done, just highlights, washes, and then it's all just effects and fun. So
yeah.
You know, like, I'm gonna have some right fun with effects on this. I've got lots of
the detail work is the fun bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny that.
Well, if you're like, if you're really into just doing all of that fun stuff at the end, then the painting style that I'm doing really would suit you, because you're throwing on bright colours to start with, but you're knocking it to fuck back later on with oils and weathering and all the rest. So like, it won't be so bright. In fact, I'm worried that this is going to be really dull. You know, I think I might actually go in on this red and actually highlight it up a little bit more in some places, because, you know, the oil is really going to knock it back.
I was going to say, it's funny because I know like some people who maybe they don't class themselves as very good painters, or they lack the confidence, or they just want to get it tabletop ready quickly. That kind of find the detail bit daunting, and like, there's a lot of people that don't paint the eyes on their orcs. And do like those sort of little details things because they're like, oh, it's just too hard, or but it's those bits that I find the most fun. They're the bits that I don't get demotivated doing them bits. Once the miniature's almost finished and I'm down to that detail stage, that's the bit where I'm really driven and motivated, because that's the bit I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Whereas it's kind of the easy bits that for me are the hard bits, because I just find them such a chore. It's strange, but everyone's different.
I like the messy bits that turn out amazing. It's the same. It's the same way as
make you look like you're really talented.
Yeah. It's you know how dry brushing, when you was young, dry brushing did that for you. Well, now my secret weapon is
when I was young, it still does it.
Is now. Pigments. This stack of pigments behind me. That's my magic wardrobe, because they're amazing. Once you've finished what you're doing, you get playing around with pigments. You're like, whoa, it's a whole nother, and it's easy as well. It's really easy.
It's washes for me, just getting that wash over of just liquid talent. It's all shading and getting that. I'm like, oh wow, that's just took the miniature to a new level. Just a minute ago flat colour is now all suddenly shading that. I'm like, and it's liquid talent. It's just there's so many good products out there, isn't there, that just literally cheat your way to victory.
Harron Royer says the minis can't see if you don't paint the eyes.
Very true.
So true enough. I've heard people talking before about how if you actually were to shrink something down that size, you wouldn't see the eyes. It would just be a dark area. Wouldn't really see much at all. You wouldn't be able to pick out like
a human, maybe. I think like a lot of the Imperial Guard miniatures and stuff, I think they look better without the eyes painted. We've all seen them. Pictures of them with their eyes done. They look really like derpy.
But orcs have got bigger eyes.
They look really strange.
I'm one of the oddballs, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, it's no secret I am. But I'm in the yellow eyes camp for orcs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They'll look different.
I don't really like red eyes. Is all right. It just for me, it just doesn't look quite natural enough.
I like the red eyes just because of that simple, evil look it gives them. That sort of, the red eyes kind of just says a lot, doesn't it? It's that just from a young age, you're kind of, if you were to draw and colour in a monster, the monster always has red eyes, doesn't it? So it's just kind of on anyone looking at it can just see something with red eyes and just know that it's stoned. Know that it's like it's got bad intentions.
Oh yeah, jazz. I mean, my guys. The lore behind my guys, right, is so they're a freebooter tribe, but they come from this planet called Ganjava, and Ganjava is it's a big sort of yellowy red planet, a bit like Mars in a sense, but much bigger, and it's yellow from a distance. When you get close, it's kind of a bit more sort of orangey red, but it circles a sun called Ra. And it's a big red giant sort of thing, and so that's the Ra star. So the boys from that solar system are the Ra star boys on planet Ganjava. Yeah. So maybe they should have red eyes, man. I'm just thinking now. I'm like, jeez. Didn't actually put two and two together on that one, did I?
Maybe they should have bags under their eyes. Dark shadows around their eyes.
Yeah. So what you've actually
little hot rock burns in all their t-shirts.
you got a couple of green gas giants just a little bit further out from the yellow planet, and that's where they get their
green gas giants on your planet.
Listen, you. So this is where they get their red, yellow, green colour from. So you've got your red star, your yellow planet, and your green gas planets out there that further out in the system, So that's where they get their identification of their red, yellow, green as well. That's my lore. as such. I've been writing lore. I've actually been writing a good bit of lore, I have. But I'm not ready to sort of share it yet. But I'm hoping that once I've finished writing it, there's a few people I've been chit-chatting with that might be interested in maybe animating me a little video for my lore and stuff, and doing a little like I did. Cool. You know, I did a thing with the Spanners cartoon on my channel there, and it's been quite big for me, that has. So I thought I'd do something else like that, but maybe not the exact same thing, because I can't access the bits that I had for that. I lost it all when I switched over, so I've got to start again with something. I might as well do something original. So I've got my own lore, my own story that I'm writing, and I want to put it to some artwork and make my own little finger. You know, that way it's not ever going to be taken away from me.
Yeah, fucking A.
Because you know, I've already had that particular video did quite well, and I already had someone steal the funds from it for a good while because they were claiming that the music was theirs, even though it was from a copyright-free list. Cheeky gits changed it up on me.
Scam going on with that stuff.
There is
proper scam with that stuff. I've had the same sort of thing. The music that me and Sky used for our Bald Knobs episode.
Yeah, man, it's people making money out of it full time.
Copyright-free stuff. We used it for ages, totally no problem, and then suddenly out of the blue, videos start getting demonetized.
Yeah. Yeah, they only have to catch a few people, at a time when they're making money, aren't they? Like,
I'm getting messages. I don't know if you can turn your audio down a bit. I'm getting messages said that I'm really quiet and you're very loud, so they're having to turn the video up very loud to hear me, and then you're blowing their eardrums out. So.
I'm blowing their eardrums out. Okay, right.
Just let us know. I think it's about to adjust now, so let us know in a minute if the volume levels are better, so that I'm not quiet as a mouse and Dread's blowing your eardrums out.
Yeah, I'll move the microphone a little bit out of the way as well. And
they all lied, man. They all lied. They all said the audio was fine. Yeah, I know what you mean about the lore-wise. I'm much the same. I've jotted down, and a lot of it I haven't jotted down. A lot of it's still in my head. But yeah, I've kind of been thinking about the lore for my tribe, and but yeah, I want to get it sort of written down in a bit more detail and flesh it out a bit more, and do something with that on the future in the channel. And I've, much like yourself, got sort of ideas for that at some point in the future. Mm-hmm. But it
looks like some of the lads are sharing their own lore there. Essex is saying that his lore is a small warband based around my mech that crumps across the galaxy, finding loot to mech. to mech more contraptions.
Yeah, quite similar to mine, really.
Yeah.
My big mech is just on a mission to build the biggest dread mob the galaxy's ever seen, and that's all he really cares about.
My captain there is trying to become the most prestigious freebooters for hire for Gaslands. You know, that's what he's trying to really impress the big boy. He's trying to get some recognition. So hopefully my sound is a little bit better, guys. I hope.
I've just had another message that says the sound is now perfect. So that's whatever you've done.
Nice. All right, I won't change that. I'll leave them settings alone, and hopefully next time they'll be just right as well.
There you go.
Gary says the sound is much better. Brilliant. Nice one, mate.
You're all too nice in the comments. You should have told us this. We fixed it a lot earlier. You would have. Mind you, maybe they were telling us and we just didn't see the comments.
Yeah, likely. Also, Rivet says, Dread, can you put me in touch with someone to do me a 6-second animated clip, please? Well, at the moment, me getting anything is still in question. But yeah,
Your
sure.
If Rivets is to chat away in the Ork community.
Have a chat with me after this. I'm actually going to be in the Ork community on Discord after the live stream tonight. I'll be in Discord.
Well, we've got like such a massive community on the Facebook and in Discord that, you know, you put the shout out there. There's people in there with all kinds of talent. We've got people that have musical talents, people that are good with computers, people that, you know, have a lot of experience with YouTube. You know, whatever really. I think you'll find someone in there that can either help you or point you in the right direction. And same with the unification group as well.
I'll point you in the right direction right away. The right direction is Instagram. Basically, if you want to get finding yourself some people that are willing and wanting to work and are frequently doing things and stuff like that, Instagram is the place for doers and creators. I really do think it is. So many people on there posting all the time, and you know, people want to be discovered on there. So you'll find people doing creative stuff and that, and they might already be at something. You know, like I'm already at something. You know, plenty of people are at something already, but if you sort of approach them and say, here, look, it's a bit like in bands, you know, like how many bands you heard of where they got a drummer after a few years poached from another band, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. It just happens, you know, so don't be afraid to sort of just reach out to someone and say, look, yeah, look, I know you're doing this, but how about doing this with me? And you never know, you might get lucky. They might just say, fuck off, mate, sorry, I'm not interested.
Well, yeah, they might do.
But, yeah, maybe if you follow them for a little while and you tell them how good they are for a little while and all the rest, you know, butter them up a bit. Maybe that's the way to go. Now I'm giving away all my trade secrets.
I mean, a lot of the stuff you see on the War Boss show was very much me basically finding people with the talent. So we had good old Belgarn, who had the talent with the artwork, who you'll see on the thumbnail for this video, who created our avatars for ourselves. And then you've got Navani, who I know was really keen on the music, and he, you know, he worked with me to create our awesome theme tune and stuff. And you know, there's and then Pale Orc, who helped us with the surrounds that you're seeing on the screen right now. We've very much done that and found people with different talents and different things, and it's a great melting pot for ideas, the community out there, and the community's growing all the time. And I've been, the last few days, man, I've been accepting people into the 40k community. Like,
yeah, it keeps growing. It's growing.
We've gone over the 2k mark now, more than 2,000 members in that community. I remember not too long ago when there was about 30 members in there, you know. It's crazy to think about it and how it's grown. And
well, it's very soon to be the biggest Orc community. It's almost there. It's almost there. Yeah. I I was checking. I think we're very close.
Oh, are you sure? I think there's the other one that we won't mention has got like something like over 10,000.
No, it ain't 2.5, mate. It's only 2.5.
No. I think we're thinking of different groups. There is definitely a very large Orc group on Facebook that has into the double figure, like thousands.
All right.
But yeah, so we got a way to catch up on them. But
never mind.
I could also say that we've got quality over quantity.
We have indeed. We definitely have.
We may not be the biggest, but we are the best.
That is very true.
Slightly biased, but also very true.
Boom. Yeah, getting a bit of metal in there. Only trouble is this metal's very sticky. Keep having to wet the brush. My room is quite dry as well. I've got a fire on just over there, so I've got quite a bit of heat in the room. I won't put metal on the wet palette. There's no point, and I'm getting it slushed on there pretty quick anyway.
Yeah, metallics. Not really a friend of the wet palette, are they?
Nah, I don't thin metallics either. Don't bother with all that. That's you want to get good coverage anyway. And the way that you highlight metallics and knock them back and that with washes is a bit different to the way you go about your other colours anyway. So, well, it depends how you paint, doesn't it? But that's the way I go about it. Right, so we've got most of the back carriage there painted in a standard metallic. I'm going to highlight that up and probably have to give that another little coat actually, to be fair. I probably will. So, actually, Stevo, it's actually going to be your 3-year channel anniversary, isn't it, mate? I was just looking at your channel the other day. Oh, yeah, February.
Is it really fucking hell?
Yeah, mate. You started in February 3 years ago, 2018.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
I knew it was sort of coming up to that time.
Yeah, you started in the February and I started in the October.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Shit me. I knew it was around the 3-year mark I've been going for. Well,
and you're just about to hit
that I've been sort of keeping in mind.
It's the 4,000.
I'm soon to hit 4K subs.
Well, just think you could do that.
If I do it around the same time,
yeah.
That would be really good. That would be very cool. Because it means then I only have to do one celebratory video to cover both events. I do have a giveaway ready for the 4K. Got some cool shit to give away. It's going to be
it's better than some hot shit.
I can't remember what I gave away last time, but it was also good shit. It was a big prize bundle of Orky goodness, and this one is this is another good one. Whoever wins the competition I do this time is going to be a very happy boy.
Oh yeah. So what sort of competition are you going to be running?
I don't know yet.
You're not sure.
I haven't figured that bit out yet.
Okay.
I've got about 100 and I think at the of today, I think I need another 128 subs, I think, to reach that spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing by sort of 3 or 4 subs a day currently. It's just been steadily climbing. So yeah, I might well hit it around that same time. So that's going to be cool. But there'll be some kind of celebratory video and some kind of giveaway happening. All I really know at the moment is that I've got some damn good prizes, some of which I've had sitting here like since not long after I hit 3K subs actually.
Yeah.
Sort of like, I'll hold on to them for when I hit 4K, and they've been sitting there for like a good sort of a year almost, ready for that. But yeah, it's 3 years, man, crazy to think of the people I've met over that time. And where it's sort of come from. When I started out with just using an old shit phone, like not even a decent phone, making my videos on that, and and the fact that I had nothing painted at the beginning. So literally, the start of my channel was kind of the start of me. It wasn't the start. I'd been back into the hobby for sort of about a year at that point, maybe not even that. So my channel has kind of...
But I think very much like myself in that time when you say...
my progression back into my return to the hobby and, building it up. So you've kind of watched my army grow with me,
I was doing a very similar thing to yourself. So, I didn't start mine until the October of the same year, my channel, but that was sort of my reintroduction to the hobby. I'd only done one thing before that, but I had been sort of on the scene as such for about a year. Same as yourself. Sort of in the background, just checking things out and collecting some parts and buying bits on eBay and all that, just to get my collection together so that when I start, I've got the bits, So yeah, I was just tipping away in the background,
I've still got on my wall, just behind the monitor here, I've still got the first letter you sent me.
Oh yeah.
I think it was just after you'd made your first video. When you were but a Stevo fanboy.
Oh yeah.
You sent me a message and some bits and everything. It was it was a cool letter, and it's anything that anyone's ever sent me. I've been sent some cool stuff.
Yeah, me too. I've kept it all.
I've stuck it all up. It's a shame that the camera doesn't see it all, because I've got some cool stuff on the wall there.
Mm-hmm.
It's all behind the camera, but yeah, I've got it all stuck up there. And
well, that's one of the nicest things about doing the YouTube, actually, is the interaction with people and sort of getting the bits and bobs that are really personal. I've got some drawings that people sent me. I've got miniatures that people have sent me that they've converted themselves or they sculpted themselves, and they've done it with me in mind. And that's that's really, it makes the hobby so much more than it was before.
Oh, totally. Totally.
And this whole YouTubing, it becomes sort of a hobby in itself as well. You know, like you get excited about it and you lose your patience with it, and then you get excited about it again. Like it's just like the hobby in a sense, you know. Like you've got to find your own way with it, just like the hobby, you know. Like there's different elements to it, there's different ways you can go about it, but then you just got to find what works for you and sort of then run with that, you know.
Totally.
Words of wisdom from the Dread. Getting some metallics on that bad boy.
Rivets is there saying, I remember Dread's first vids, loved them.
Oh yeah, good.
Yes, I remember. Me and Scar were, I don't know, we were chatting and stuff like, you know, we do all the time. And I think we'd just finished shooting a Bald Knobs episode, or we're just about to, and everything. I said, did you see that new channel, that Dread War channel, and everything? He said, yeah. I said, that's look, he seems good. I said, I think a couple of videos later, or whatever, I said to Scar, I said he's going to be bigger than me one day. I said I predict good things for that one. Nah. You know, every now and again a new channel comes up, and lots of new channels come and go. Some people, you know, they throw their hat into the ring and they give it a go for a bit, and then maybe it's not for them, or maybe the success doesn't come quick enough, or you know, they just drift away from it and lose interest. So you get channels that have come and gone, and some good ones actually that I kind of miss.
Same.
Yeah, every now and again, like you'll see a channel and you're like,
oh, why did they go?
something special there. That's gonna be they're gonna be successful. You can kind of spot it straight from the off.
I can
the one now for me that I get that same feeling with. Little plug for someone, I don't know if he's in the chat. Drunken Ork.
Oh yeah.
His channel. First couple of videos, I was like, he's got something. He's got that X factor. You know, that's something you can't quite put your finger on, but it's just like
himself and Essex Boys, the two of them. They are both channels that if, like, you know, we hadn't existed, they'd be the sort of probably the lead way. You know, they're the UK effort now. You know, they're representing.
It's fantastic to see channels, you know, springing up and stuff. And
I'm looking forward to collaborating with them. Actually, that's what I'm looking forward to, doing a bit of.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome, isn't it? It's you don't sort of see anyone as like competition.
Nah.
It's all it's like a collaborative sort of effort, and like you say, you can collab with these guys and work together and cross, you know, promote each other's content and stuff. And I loved it. I love that bit of the YouTube now where you get the community section on the tab, and I love using that every time and again when a channel or a video really impresses me.
Yeah,
I love to be able to share that channel on my community section so that my subscribers see it, and I can say, look, you want some more like good Orky content, like check this person out, go and give them a sub and tell them I sent you. And you know, it's nice to help people out, because I had that help.
Yeah.
From the beginning, when I started out, Nick was hugely helpful, and the whole unification group were brilliant. And like when I shared my first video on there, like within 10 minutes, I had like 30 odd subscribers, loads of comments, loads of likes, and I was like, oh wow, you guys are awesome, thank you. And that gave me my initial push to sort of get somewhere and be noticed. And you know, because it's tough starting out, man. Really tough starting out to just get people to watch it.
And that's even then, you know, like they might make a snap decision on you right there and then, and you might have only just started out. You don't know, you know. And these things run through your head when you start out too. It's like, oh well, what if people think this is what I'm about and they don't like it, but I'm going to do other stuff, you know, like, you know, this isn't it. But I think, yeah, you can try and do too much all at once, and yeah, you can wear yourself out or promise too much
too early, and don't realise that it's a grind, especially if you're intending to make money out of it.
It's going to take a long time to do that. Yeah,
it's an incredibly small percentage of people that
make
any real kind of money, and certainly make the amount of money that you could like make a living out of. You know, that's it's tough. I'd advise, if anyone said to me, I want to get into YouTube and I want to, you know,
it's going to take many years to get there. Yeah,
be like, well, don't expect too much. Expect your first few videos to get single figure views and just a couple of people viewing. It's tough, and the only way to get is just to promote yourself and ask other people advice and get them to share. And
you're touching on something now, which is sort of where I'm sort of looking towards. So look, I'm definitely not earning enough to call it a day job yet, but I'm hoping to push it that way. I really want it to be, so I'm in the next 6 months going to really sort of push the channel as much as I can, do a lot more stuff with it and see if it's a viable thing for me, because otherwise I'm going to have to do it sort of more part-time and go back to engineering or something like that. But I'd like to see this succeed as an option for me, so I'm going to give it a good push now and see how far I can go.
Good stuff. It means we'll actually see some content from you.
Haha, you're funny. Go on, viewers. Go on. He's giving you the opportunity. Dive in.
There you go. It's been a while. Oh, Drunken Orc is in the chat. There he is. There you go. We got a few. There's a few channels in it. We've got the Pale Orc. We've got Essex Boys.
Nice.
Plastic Crack Gaming. Rivets and Dakar.
All Orky channels.
Rivets in here as well. Just
I love Gar's channel as well.
Boys,
great stuff.
So many like Orky channels on there. It's fantastic to see. And all putting their own spin on it and different things. We got people making videos about tactics and stuff. We got people making videos about conversions and painting and.
The weird thing, right, is like you're saying about competition, is that I really don't see it as competition, because the channels I enjoy most are about the things that I enjoy. Like, I really enjoy watching the people that are doing like conversions and cool scratch builds and stuff like that, like and Orky ones, because that's what I tuned in for YouTube for. And those are going to be the same people that enjoy my shit as well. So of course we're going to be mates. Like if you're not, then
You think a couple of years back, there was very little Orky content.
Oh yeah, so little.
Very little. There was a lot of channels that covered Orks as well as other stuff, but there was very few channels primarily focused on Orks.
True.
A couple out there, but not many. And I know that when I started out, I was kind of one of the factors to me doing it was like,
there's not much out there.
The content that I want. I'm going to have to make it because no one's making it, There were videos that were kind of skimming over stuff that I was kind of interested in, and I wanted a little bit more. And I remember watching Nick's channel was a big thing for me, because I was like, if I could do for Orks what he's doing for Necrons, that'd be it right there. And he we know Nick's all about the Necrons, and he covers like everything from painting them, from the tactics, from the news on them, and that's how I kind of based myself. I was like, I want to be the Idic beer of Orks, that's
Fair
kind
enough.
of where I sort of, looked at it. But then since, man, like I said, 40k community, and then like Scar reaching out to me, getting a message from Scar one day and just saying, hey, I've just seen your channel, and and then I wasn't aware of his channel. And then I discovered his channel.
Yeah, it's you that put me onto him as well.
And then we started collaborating together, and just been no looking back ever since. And then,
which is mad. It does show you about the YouTube algorithms, because man, I used to tap into Orks all the time in a search, and I'd always get the same 2 or 3 channels that were there at the time. Until I think one of them got deleted even after a while, or disappeared.
Yeah, a bit of that going on lately, isn't it?
Yeah, that does happen.
But and then the dark gates of Mordor opened, and I was introduced to Dim. I've never looked at the world the same ever since. And
Well,
then the 4 war bosses happened, and it's
I knew Dim already, but I hadn't actually, and kind of in a loose sense knew Scar. I mean, I didn't actually know him. I didn't interact with him particularly before, but I had interacted with Dim before. We was all on the War forum, you see. Dim was famous on the War forum. He was very well known for all the same reasons that he's well known now. He's got a lot. He had a lot to say. He had a lot to say. There was such thing as a Dim rant So it'd be usually a forum post of about 5 to 15 pages long.
It's funny. You're right. It is just the same as now because I wasn't involved in that forum community then, and wasn't aware of Dim. But yeah, I certainly know what a Dim rant is.
Yeah.
I hope he's in here now. I hope he's watching
now. Tom's giving a bit of advice down there. That's not for me, is it? Talking to Preston. Do. Right. Stick a bit more silver on this. Oh, people can't even see. I keep moving it out of focus where I'm painting. It's difficult to actually paint and have the camera on the part that you're painting and paint it at the same time without messing up, you know?
Yeah.
Having to hold it like away from yourself and the camera's between you and the thing.
Essex Boys is saying would love a terrain collaboration at some point in the future.
Definitely, mate. That'd be awesome.
I need to catch up, Essex Boys. I do apologise, buddy. I've not watched any of your content for quite a while now. I need to catch up. There's a few channels. Like I said, the YouTube algorithm lately, to find people's videos, I'm kind of having to specifically look for their channel a lot of the time because I watch all sorts of content on YouTube, and the trouble is, it just seems to keep throwing at you what you've watched most recently. It's like, you've watched that last time, so we presume that's all you want to watch now. It's like, no.
And you might have only watched the one video and you're like, okay, I've got everything I needed from that, and now they're trying to throw you loads more of the same thing. I'm like, no, I don't need to know anything more.
And then it's like, you know, and but Rivets and Dakar, I see you're in here. I haven't seen much content from you lately. I sort of looked up your channel the other day and you haven't had anything of late, at least the last time I looked. What's going on there, buddy? You need to because it's another channel I was thoroughly enjoying.
I enjoy Rivets.
I miss hearing about old Rivets. Rivets misses, God bless her hobnail boots. You know, and his Top Gear style cool wall with the different third parties put on it and stuff. He had some very good.
We have a new subscriber.
Very good. Oh, cool.
That puts,
you do. I don't.
That puts me at 2,250, I believe.
There you go.
Nice. Oh, where did that message go? I didn't get to see who it was. I just saw that it was a new subscriber. There you go.
Scars on this saying, and this is Dread. He says, "This is why I don't do detail work on streams."
Well, I'm not doing too bad. I'm doing all right.
I've kept it simple. Just us putting down some base colours.
It is just base colours. It's just a really crappy brush. You know, like when they've got the frayed edges, and you push them down and they spread out and they touch places you don't want them to touch. Well, that's the sort of brush I use for the metallics.
Cheap ass brushes, and for the most part they're perfectly good most time. But occasionally I got one the other day, one of a real fine detail one, and it had just straight out of the packet, it had like one single hair poking out of it, and I'm like, trying to pluck this one bloody bristle out of it to stop it fucking.
I've had that with expensive brushes though before. I've bought expensive brushes and I've had them arrive and they've got the little plastic sleeve over, but they've actually got they're already damaged. You're like, that's not right. Like, yeah, infuriating. Good quality brushes too, you know, expensive ones.
I mean, the most expensive brushes I get would probably be Army Painter ones and GW ones, and I haven't bought any of them for a long time. I just go on Amazon and buy just like a big old pack of cheap ass brushes that are probably made in China. But that way I can just, you know, as soon as they start a thing, I can fling them out, and I've got so many brushes now, tons of them.
Talking about made in China, mate. That's a nice segue. I've actually got.
No, I was throwing that line out for you to plug.
Well, yeah, I've got a video coming out, boys and gits, where I'm actually looking at a China recast of the Big Mech from Forge World, and I also have the Big Mech from Forge World. So I've got both kits, and we're going to look at them and compare them and talk about the quality and the complexities of the ethics and all the rest. And we'll sort of weigh it up and see what you guys think. Just don't disown me for doing it. All right, it's a good comparison. It's got to be done. It's a subject matter that's got to be addressed.
Essex Boy says he never owned an expensive brush, and Rivets and Daka says he will be making videos soon. He's just cream crackered from work at the moment.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, mate, I get that. I understand that, man. It's that's the thing for most of us. This
Fair
YouTube
enough.
thing is a side thing, isn't it? It's like our second job, or our sort of our passion project on the side, and it's tricky, man. It's difficult, like yourself, where you were talking earlier about wanting to sort of make it your full-time profession and career and stuff. And I've considered that option at times and thought about it and things, and I thought you're kind of, for me, I'm kind of stuck in this place where if I had more time, I could put more work into the videos, create better quality videos, create better quality and quantity of videos, and then get big enough to potentially do that. Even then, I think it would still be very difficult, and I wouldn't want to bet my house on it.
Yeah, no, I've looked at some.
At the moment, it's like it's frustrating in a way, because my channel was. I'm pleased with my channel and the success it's had, the sort of modest success it's had and stuff. I know I joke about being the big deal and stuff, and all tongue in cheek and stuff, but in terms of YouTube, incredibly small fry. But it has been frustrating at times, because it's just life, isn't it? You're always battling for that time to be able to do things, and it's like, if I had more time to prep, if I had more time to edit, if I had more time to work on the projects, I could. It's good now, but imagine what I could achieve with that time. But life, man, life gets in the way, and it's difficult. I don't know whether I would
personally myself.
As much.
I feel like I've got to succeed at something soon. Otherwise, I've got at this.
I've got to have some sort of success.
But I've already had the career before that I can go back to, but I don't want to. So, I kind of there's parts of it that are attractive, but it's mostly I know that it's a well-paid career, so I'm like, well, I could go back and make money, and it'd be great. But then it's like, well, would you really be happy spending like 5 or 6 days a week going out just to make that money, just that you can have stuff, when you'd rather have less stuff and enjoy what you're doing and really work hard at it, and then if you get the stuff, then you'll be really happy. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a push for a little while, see how I feel.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult because
I've got low living costs and I don't have kids, so I'm all right in that regard at the moment.
Very few people get to do what they love for a living.
Exactly. But it's good to give it a try if you can.
That's kind of the goal that a lot of people kind of dream of.
I don't want to regret when I get old not giving it a try,
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, I can always go back to. Well, I say I can always go back to them. It's no easy task going back to my old career. I've been out of it for 10 years. I'd have to retrain and whatnot, but I can get back to it. I was a good engineer, so I'll be all right. But
mostly, Zen says you need the balance between financial security and freedom.
Yes.
Yeah, it's difficult, and I think a lot of us are sold. My generation was kind of lied to by television and movies. This generation coming up now. I'm always telling my boy, my youngest boy, who he watches so much YouTube, and he watches a lot of these channels like aimed at kids and stuff that stream games and stuff online and that. And some of these channels have like literally millions of subscribers, and they make so much money. And in their giveaways, they're giving away like hundreds of thousands of pounds in like a giveaway and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, this person makes this much." And I said, I've had to sort of say to him, "Listen, you gotta." I was explaining to him last night, saying, "Listen, about 0.001% of YouTubers get to that point."
Yeah.
It's not a realistic expectation of because when you ask a kid what do they want to be when they grow up and stuff, and he's, I want to be a YouTuber. I'm like, hey, that's cool. You can do that totally, but just set your expectations in check, because I think some people watch this stuff and they don't realise, one, how difficult it is, and how much work is involved, and two, how difficult it is to actually make a bean out of it. And make
I think the one thing that they have got going from youngsters though is at least once they get to a certain age, they can at least give it a try. Like there's nothing stopping them from giving it a whirl, and they can actually
live in a fantastic age for that.
They can actually see the success or the failure of it and learn from it. You know, whereas when we were kids, you know, like if you wanted to be an actor or a film star, like you'd have to go through all of the learning, all the training, all of the everything, and then go to all of those what do you call it?
Executives and stuff.
Yeah, you have to go and give your auditions and all the rest, all your auditions.
Yeah.
Only to then find out that you ain't got what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you could do all of that and not have it. So
yeah, I mean, right now, musicians, artists, creatives of any kind, we're very fortunate that we've got this outlet of things like YouTube.
Yeah, you can give it a try. You can reinvent yourself. You can try something else. You know.
Yeah, you can just throw your stuff out there into the community, and yeah, you can make we live in an age where you can sit in your bedroom at your computer and start a career.
Yeah.
Like you can start a business from your bedroom on your computer, like
the Silk Road.
That's incredible. Like the what? Sorry.
Like the Silk Road. Or Bitcoin.
yeah. Or your OnlyFans page or whatever. Yeah. You know, it's incredible what the resources we've got available.
Yeah, some people don't have to get out of bed to earn money, mate.
literally. In fact, you've got to get into bed to make a bean.
Yeah. Or the flicker bean. I don't know which which it was now. I can't remember. We're definitely tipping into the territory of that War Boss episode now, aren't we? Eh?
There you go. Yeah. So there you go. I think that's the first time in any videos we've done that bean flicking has been mentioned. Wait for someone.
It's lockdown. I'm bored. I'm lonely.
Someone to ask about what bean flicking is. Oh, it's just what we call tiddlywinks. You know, it's nothing.
Yeah. Just an Englishism.
But yeah, no, it's incredible, and there's lots of people like my old man. He every now and again he says, "How's your website thing, your vlog thing coming along?" And I don't think he really understands it, like, what it is, and it's funny when you mention some people and they're like, yeah, you get a sort of a funny response from people. Sort of, how is your thing going and stuff, and I don't think they really realise the work involved and the passion involved and stuff. And it's
no, I know they definitely don't.
Yeah, the normies.
Yeah, no, like my family, but it's not going to ever be a thing, though, is it? I'm like, it could be though. It's just
what you class as a thing, isn't it? What do you class as success? Success is measured I set myself the sort of goal that, look, if I can reach a point where I fund my hobby through this, then I set sort of two goals for myself. One goal that I set a realistic goal. If I can make a success of it enough that it's enough to basically fund itself, then that's okay. And then the sort of dream goal is I could, give up my career and do this as a career, and this would be my job and my that. And I haven't reached that point, but I've just about reached the point where I've just about enough to sort of self-fund. So and it feeds itself. So I earn money through the YouTube that can buy some kits. And then I build the kits, and then I show them off on the channel, which then earns a bit more money, which I can then put towards more kits and tools and the computer.
I've been mostly putting towards channel stuff, rather than kits, because as it goes, I've got enough kits. It's
that pile of shame.
Yeah, I've got enough to get on with. It's just that if something new comes out and I need it, and it's in relation to the channel, that's when spending the channel funds hurts, because I don't really want to be spending it on that, because I can't, I haven't got enough coming in for that yet, really, and it's going to spend all my channel funds doing that, and I'd rather just keep letting them save up until I can get something meaningful than you know, buy them on something that's going to just produce with the one video because it's, you know, a current topic. So I tend to just be spending my own money if I do buy a miniature, or hoping that someone's going to send it to me free so I can review it. You know.
Well, that's the other thing as well. It's we're in a very fortunate position where some of these awesome third-party companies
send it to you, yeah.
You know, send you stuff for review and stuff and things, and like my review that will be coming up on my channel very soon.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Oh, it's so good. Like,
I know.
I mean, I know you know. I was showing you earlier on the
viewers don't know, but I know.
Oh, I'll put it this way, viewers. I'm in love. I got this thing in the post. Within minutes of opening it up, I was like, the clippers and the glue were out, and I'm like, I need to build this fucking thing. Like,
viewers, Dread is envious of Stevo. It's true. It is true. I am.
It's gorgeous, and I just now it's on the kitchen side, and every time I walk through the kitchen, I'll just stop and I'm like,
is that a wise idea with that cat? Like,
probably bloody not lately.
Yeah. Stevo has
wrecking mission lately.
Yeah, broke your ashtray the other day, didn't it, mate?
Yes, he did. And he kept us awake last night because we've got a cat flap in the back door, so he can fuck off out in the garden anytime he
but
wants.
He's at the door, isn't he? Ringing the doorbell. Oi, you cunts! Oi,
literally knocks at the front door. He sits at the door meowing, waiting for you to let him out the front door. And you're like, go out the fucking cat flap. He's like, no, I think I'd rather go out the front if you don't mind, thank you. So you let him out the front, and he fucks off out there, and then you get yourself off the bed, and you got yourself settled, and you're just relaxing, and you just as your eyes close, and you hear this bang, bang on the front door, and he literally knocks at the door. Like,
oh my god!
Wanker. Go round, go in the fucking cat flap.
No. You haven't left the outside light on. I don't want to go round.
Yeah. It's like when you give him his food as well. Like, you put his food down in the bowl and he sort of looks and he says, "No, I was hoping for gravy this time." You know, you got the jelly one this time, have you? Tuck it in his fucking napkin and that, the little cunt. Honestly, man, cats who'd have them, and they're the enemy of 40k as well. The amount of times he's jumped up on this desk and started knocking bits, you know.
Oh, I couldn't stand that.
Yeah, he's a little bastard.
Well,
it says rule literally. Yeah, they do. I'll tell you what. If there is such a thing as reincarnation,
I want to be a cat. Yeah,
I want to come back as a cat, man.
Same way.
He's just an eating, sleeping, shitting machine, and he does whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
he sits where he wants, he goes where he wants, and he just, yeah. Mind you, he has been spaded, so it ain't all good. It ain't all roses.
Nah, you've got a high chance of that being the case if you are a cat,
that was
I suppose.
done before I was on the scene, though. I'm not sure if I would have allowed that.
God, I'm kind of wishing I had another brew now.
This one's cold, mate.
Oh.
It ain't all that.
I actually do have this special. Look, check this out, viewers. Ha! I'm only playing. I ain't gonna go nowhere. Just got that ready though, for just in case when I'm doing my other streams and blah blah blah. It's right there. It's actually the Yorkshire tea that Gar sent me. He doctored the box.
You like your Yorkshire tea, don't you?
I'm on my last 7 or 8 bags now, and yeah, it's getting desperate.
Essex Boy says rats are great pets. We have 2 of the little buggers. I used to have rats. I had 2 rats. One of them was called Winston, and the other one was called Prince. And they were quality little fellas. They really were. They're very intelligent animals. Really cool. But yeah, a little bit problematic when you also own a snake, and you are stupid enough to be handling your rats, and then afterwards decide, oh, it'd be a good time to get the snake out, and then wonder why he's clamped onto your hand.
Because you smell like one, yeah.
Yeah, because you smell like a rat. But yeah, they were cool pets. Yeah, rats are cool.
I've had a hamster. I never had a rat.
Yeah, I had hamsters. I had a few hamsters when I was a kid. And I had 2 hamsters. They were called Benson and Hedges.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, they were cool. They were.
One
of them used to bite constantly, and the other one used to shit constantly.
Mine was a blonde. He was called Mush.
I love all animals, really.
I do, yeah. I'm an animal lover.
I wouldn't like to have as a pet now, just because of the work that's involved and the smells and stuff. And
Squigs.
Out and that. Yeah, squigs, yeah. But yeah, I love all animals, really. There's no animals I sort of... some people don't like animals.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's up with that? Like, people who don't like dogs. Don't ever trust a person that doesn't like dogs, man.
I used to be afraid of dogs, but I love dogs. I've always loved all animals.
It's different, but not liking them, that ain't right. Don't ever trust a person that doesn't like dogs. There's something fucking inherently evil about them people. Right, that ain't right.
Nah.
There's a lot of cat hate out there as well, isn't there? A lot of people don't like cats. I run into
a lot more people hate cats than dogs.
Yeah. And I can see why, because I hate my cat sometimes, but I do love him. But yeah, I love cats though. I love cats for the reasons that people hate them, because they are ignorant little fuckers. But I've got a lot of respect.
Yeah.
Cats, they do shit on their terms, and they don't pander to you, you know. Whereas a dog's easy to please, isn't it? Dog will love you no matter what. Where a cat will be like, "Nah, fuck you, mate." Nah.
It's some strange irony, actually, that I'm going to regret this straight away.
Myself.
That cats seem like little right-wing characters, but they're usually kept by left-wing people. Isn't that funny?
Oh fuck, mate! I'm not even. How did you go from cats to politics? I can't even get into that.
Just the way you were describing them there, I was like,
right now. The golden rule: never religion or politics.
No, I know. But then dogs are the other way, and they usually, isn't that weird? I've only just made that connection there when you said that. I was like, oh. That's funny. Cats are a bit like that, actually, but they're usually owned by... And dogs are a bit... But they're usually owned by... Oh, isn't that weird?
Dave Dog says, I have 2 gerbils, Richard and Gear.
Well, I don't know what that says about a person.
Mostly Zed says, they say a dog will wait 3 days before eating their owner if the owner dies, whereas cats will start eating you before you go cold.
Well, there's no point in eating it when it's gone cold, is there?
If my cat gets tired of waiting for his breakfast, he'll probably start eating me before I fucking wake up. Chewing on my toes or whatever. Dreadwar Scar says, Dreadwar Gaming has managed to firmly stick his foot in his gob once again.
I'm only teasing.
It's all right, Scar. I'm here to keep him on the level. You're like me, mate. You forget you're on camera sometimes. You just start chatting away.
I'm just having thoughts. No preemptiveness about it. Just like,
it's the brain to mouth thing, isn't it? You don't have the filter that most of us are equipped with.
I've walked through life like that, mate. Don't worry about that.
Why is everyone getting so rowdy?
Yeah, no, that's why I had to come and live out in a quiet part of the world where my mouth won't get me killed too easy.
Rivets and Daka says, dogs want to please, cats don't give a fuck. So true, man, so true. But I'll tell you what, no, the thing is, cats are genuinely very affectionate.
They are, yeah.
But you've got to kind of earn their trust and bits first, whereas, yeah, dogs, very low effort. Dogs are like a clingy girlfriend. That it's just besotted with you, can't get enough of you. It's just there clinging on you. All right, give me some fucking space. A cat is like the girlfriend that you're always chasing after and like fucking won't return your calls.
Yeah, it's very much so. Out there, where are you? Come on, come in. Where are you? And 2 hours later, I just come waltzing in.
But yeah, he's a little prick sometimes, man. Sometimes, like when me and Mitch were having our game I think I can't remember if it was our battle report or just a friendly game we were doing, but he come in and I don't know, something outside had got him all frisky. And he darted in the living room. He's darting around under the table, and he's, you know, when their eyes go in that focus mode.
Oh yeah,
like they're on the hunt. His tail's all puffed up and that. And he's all right. He's on one of his schizo moments, and he starts looking up at the table. I'm like, you can cunt off, mate.
Yeah.
Just don't even fucking think about it.
Don't go near the thing.
Up there and knocking your beloved painted miniatures flying. Like, oh. But yeah, I wouldn't be without him.
Yeah, I do miss my cat. I've got to be honest. It's nice having the company, even.
It definitely is at the moment, that's for sure. Now I've got this mech head, and it's like one of the sort of cyborg heads, like a lot of bionics on it. And it's the pit now because he's kind of just base coated. I'm trying to find which bits should be orc skin and which bits should be metal, because it's not always easy to. Is that bit metal or is that bit his skin?
There's a couple of heads that are really difficult to tell with orcs, with the cyborgy bits.
I've painted them up before, like finished them, and then seen like the picture of them like that someone else has done. I'm like, he's done the whole thing metal. I did that part orc skin, like. But I'm like, all right, it works that way.
Kobe says he went from having a rescue cat terrified of people to one of the most pathetic creatures I've ever owned. I take great satisfaction knowing I saved my Bailey and I'm giving her a good life. Well, Kobe, that's a very similar story to my own, because my cat was I pulled her out of a canal, and she was very, very terrified for the first couple of months. She wouldn't come out from behind the washing machine, but you know, everybody knew her as my cat that would literally, she'd be laying across my shoulder a lot of the time, and or in my lap. I'd be able to take her to the shower and wash her with a scrubby brush, and I could even hoover her belly. So she was really very tame after I was done with her. Only with me though. She wouldn't let anyone else touch her, so it was just a trust thing, you know.
You get that. So our old family cat was like that. She was a rescue cat, and she was a vicious little fucker. But she loved me, and she was just always like in my room and on my lap and just with me all the time.
Yeah.
And other people couldn't really get much of a look in and stuff, and it's kind of, it makes you feel quite special.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You're the chosen one, you know.
Yeah.
And you've earned that trust. So yeah, I think you get
there's a lot of satisfaction from that.
They've both got something to offer, and having dogs and cats together in the same house is just a recipe for non-stop comedy. I could tell you some funny stories about things that have happened between my cats and dogs within the same household. That just the way they interact with each other can be hilarious at times.
I'm just going to continue this metal all the way down. I was stopping at one point to consider whether I'd paint that a different shade, but I think I'll go with the metal. Boom. I've got plenty of it on the palette anyway, and I can highlight it up to different shades of metal after this. This is just a good base because it's a dark... what's this one called actually? It's called gunmetal. It's the Game Air gunmetal though, so it's quite a dark one. Let's get some around there.
Garrick Field's just come in.
Hello, bud.
The lovely community in the comments are all welcoming in there. What a lovely bunch of people we are.
They are, aren't they? 37 of them in there. Jeez. Good for you. What's everybody working on then? If there's so many of you in there, let's see what you're working on. Tell us. Are you actually just watching, or are you working as you're watching? And if you're not working right now, what are you working on anyway in the background? Because everyone's always got a project on the go.
Or several.
Yeah. Let me know in the comments. I'll read them out in a minute. Cool. My head's starting to hurt from the from this headphones digging the cap into my head.
Do you ever get that from where? Because I know you wear baseball caps quite a lot as well. Do you ever get like a headache?
Yeah, mate. I get it from my glasses as well. My glasses do the same thing.
A little bit too tight. Like you wear it and you're like, oh jeez, get a pounding fucking headache where it's just cutting off like the blood supply to your fucking head.
Yeah, I don't have much luck because my dreads used to be pulling on my head and give me a headache, and my glasses just the same way. You know, like they hurt my ears after a while, and it's like, well, I've got to see. You know, I'm glad when I take them off at night and I put them on the nightstand. I'm like, geez, oh, that's good to take them off.
I love starter caps, but I can't wear them.
Yeah,
I can't wear them because every time I wear a starter cap, the one size is just too big. Yeah. It's loose, and the size that does fit, if I wear it, it's just that tiniest bit too tight. So I can never. It's annoying though because they do so many cool designs, and I'm like, oh, I'd love to have that hat, but I just know I can't wear it.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I get it from obviously where we're having to wear masks all the time when we're out as well. I get it behind my ears from wearing the masks. Get sore behind the ears for the mask with the strings pulling on your ears all the time. Like,
try that.
Kind of crazy now, isn't it, that we're all so used to wearing masks all the time that it's just become the norm now. Like,
oh, jeez, trying to find a comfortable way to wear them. No. There you go, that'll work maybe.
I don't know what. Obviously, we've got viewers from all over the world. I don't know what the case is in places where they are and that now, whether they're still in lockdown or.
Well, we look like we're stuck till March, sometime in March, don't it?
Yeah, God bloody knows, man. It's. So I would have known a year and a bit ago, man. Like, if someone had told you this would have been, the lives ahead of us, you'd have told them they were nuts. Well, I remember when all the stories first came out in the press and that, and it was talking about it, and people at work were there was rumblings about it, before it really reached here and before people really knew what was going on. And I was one of the skeptics, man. I was like, oh, it's a load of rubbish. It's like all the other bits, they scaremongering news as usual and that. And then, yeah, sure enough, a month later, like, whoa, this shit's real. Like,
yeah.
And then everyone's lives has been turned upside down by it. It's just crazy.
Well, yeah. So the community have already started responding. There's quite a few of them, in fact. So I even have to scroll back on my phone because I can't see them all up on there already. So we've got Colin. He's waiting on bits to do his updated Space Crusade.
Ooh, nice. Like the sound of that.
We've got Kobe. He's almost finished base painting his weird boy, Odd Gob. Good name. Good name.
Cool name.
If you want to share any of these miniatures, you can throw them up in the Discord. I won't be able to throw them up today, as our Skyneer does on the thing, because I haven't set it up that way. But I will be joining Discord after this stream. Stevo won't be himself. He's got to get off to bed.
Maybe Scar can share the Discord link in the comments if he hasn't already.
Yeah,
on it.
But most of you should know. The 40k Orc community Discord. Get yourself over there and share them away over there, because I'll be over there soon, so I'll be able to see them. Give it another half hour and we'll call the stream to a close because Stevo's got to get off to the kiddie winks, and I'll join you guys on Discord. So share away. We've also got Mostly Zen has shared mine in Jobs Are Good and on Discord. There you go. He knows the drill. I think I know what he's working on as well, actually, Mostly Zen. Falafel Beals is slowly working on a Speed Freak Battle Fortress. It's going to be Wazza! Nice. Oh, I definitely want to see that. Chuck that up in a Discord. John says he's got a Mega Dread putting together. Since their points are half now, he's going to field it with a Mecha Dread for repairs. Very nice. So they've halved the Mega Dread. Have they? I've got a Mega
It is
Dread.
cheap on points, man. It's like something around 170 points or something. It's a bit of a bargain.
Oh, good. Oh, well. Might have to get mine painted up as well then. Who else we got? Drunken Orc is trying to make a conning tower. A something tower out of lollipop sticks for his battle fortress. It is not calming work. Well, yeah, lollipop sticks. At least it's not matchsticks, mate. Matchsticks would be even more fun.
You think of the points for that Mega Dread. You think you got that decision to make, don't you? Stomper or 5 Mega Dreads? I wonder.
Gary is waiting for his Photons Tech to send me a fan for my new printer from China. Oh, that's holding him up. That's a shame.
Is that a 3D printer, is it?
3D printer, yeah, photon printer, yeah, I'd imagine. Holson85 is working on scratch-built Grot Mega Tank. Interesting. Are you going with the nautical shippy-looking theme, or are you doing your own thing because you didn't like the nautical shippy-looking theme, or are you scratch-building one because you couldn't afford the Forge World shippy-looking themey one? Let us know. Who else we got? Liam is slowly building a Gorka Morka warband for his friend's YouTube channel. Once we can meet up and game. Oh, that'd be cool, Liam. Nice. Who's your friend?
Yeah, share a link to his channel.
Yeah, if we don't already know him. If we do already know him, then we'll look forward to seeing you on his channel, won't we? What else? Essex says, my tank's looking good. Cheers, mate. Orks starts working on a Pain Boy, I think. He found a Games Workshop one in a box I got off Dim, and a Cromlech one I bought years ago, using the GW claw and backpack and bits to tart up the Cromlech one. That's a good idea, mate, yeah. There's elements of the GW one that are alright. It's just really, it's mostly the face I think I don't like, you know. Anyone
One of
else?
my awesome subscribers
This
sent me an old school GW metal Pain Boy
Oh yeah.
that I used to have back in the day, and I did a video saying about how I missed that old model because I really like that one, and
Yeah.
he messaged me. He's like, "Oh, I've got one. I'll send it to you." I'm like, "Oh, bless you. That's so cool."
It's
And
nice.
it's aged beautifully. It's still a lovely miniature.
It is a good model. Dissun says he's painting a few D&D orcs for an upcoming game. Nice to hear. Everyone's painting greenskins and doing orky things. Good on you. Gary says we're all lucky. We had fish and chips at the pub last night and got some good brews. Well, aren't you lucky, mate? I'm desperately needing to get out shopping. I've got nothing. I've got nothing in the house. I'm starving, mate. I'm gonna have to, after this is over, I'm gonna have to phone the takeaway down the road and pay him a tenner just to drive 5 minutes up the road for pizza for me. Preston's working on some boys. Well done. Luke Holbrook is still punching dinosaurs, mate. That's one of my housemates. He's playing, I don't know what the video game's called. He's always saying he's punching dinosaurs. That's what he's up to. Working on my digger knob, says Gubbins Git. War boss and a Death Killer war trike. Alright, diversifying. Nice to see. Don't want to get bored with one project, I suppose.
I imagine we're all like that. Several projects on the go at one time.
Oh, Liam responded. He says Rage Against the Dice is a channel he's going to be on. Very good.
Oh, cool. I know that channel.
Yeah, I know that channel too, so we'll see you on there.
Yeah, good channel.
Let us know when you're going to be on there as well, because if you're representing with Orks, we want to see it. Kobe, Tommy. Tommy is combining old buggies, trucks with new ones, and he can't seem to leave anything stock. Well, that's the way to go about it, mate. That's exactly what I do. Is no such thing as a stock model in Dread's collection. Well, actually, do you know, I think this one thing I'm working on is about the most stock thing I've got, because I've built it pretty much the way Cromlech intended, which is mad. I don't know how that happened, really.
I don't think there's much in my army that's stock. Right, even the stuff that at first glance looks stock
may not be.
Most of it's had head swaps with, like, you know, even the boys have had like head swaps with burner kits and whatnot. You know, even most of it's been kit bashed or had some additions from something else in it at some point. Majority of it, anyway.
I can totally understand, and I wish that I had actually personally got 2 of everything when I was making my collection. I don't know how achievable that would have been, but it would have been nice. But yeah, I can't help myself but convert things, so I couldn't have it on the shelf as is, just to say, you know, if it's the only one I've got of something, even if it is old, I'm not going to paint it up as stock just so I can say, look, that's how it should be, you know, like Scar would do with his own. You know, like, for me it's less important for people to know what it should have been, or keeping it for the sort of historical sake of it.
Because very special about having something.
I've got the codexes.
Got, isn't there?
I've got the codexes for that. Yeah, my miniatures are about, you know, doing something really cool. And if people want to see what the original was like, I'll show them in the book, and it won't look anything like what I've done. So people are like, oh right, okay. I just look at every single kit, to be fair, as bits. I just always have. Just everything's bits to me.
I think it's kind of nice. Like some conversions are done out of necessity. Like it's in a way, if we get, which I know there's a lot of rumours that we are getting it, and we'll see soon enough.
You're going to touch on
if
now.
we get new tank busters, new commando kits and stuff, and you know, that replace some of these like kits that have aged quite badly and not you know, that aren't too popular. In a way, it'll be kind of a shame, because I think you will see less conversions and kit bashes of people making their own ones. Because a lot of the time, I mean, you'll still get it. Of course, you will still get it, but you'll see less, because a lot of conversions and kit bashes happen out of necessity, because I don't like
who's to say
that unit, so I'll make my own ones. Like,
yeah,
you know,
who's to say that necessity won't be there though? Because they'll be so mono posed that a lot of people like myself will be like, well, there's no way I can have more than 5 of those because they're all in the same pose. I can't have that.
It's
so
possible. It's possible.
There's your necessity right there. It's, you know, some people will be happy with that, but a lot of people won't be, especially Ork players. I really do hope that they've copped on and they're going to give us something posable options.
I live in hope.
Me too, because I really do dread having to get really upset. Like, I will have to get really upset if they don't do it, and I don't want to be venting on my channel. I want to be celebrating, you know. I want to be saying, I love this, I really love this, rather than, oh my god, this is rubbish. I don't want to be moaning about it. I don't want to be, but I will if I have to. All right. We all know I'm gonna, if it's not satisfactory. That's why I like, personally, I don't tend to take too much of an opinion on game dynamics too much. Like, I'm just like, oh, that sounds alright, or maybe, like, I don't know, till I try it out and blah blah. But when it comes to models, that's where I'm really invested. I'm like, okay, look, I don't, you know, you people that care about the game can talk about, you know, game mechanics and, you know, have a more vested interest in that and actually have some authority in talking about it. But for me, you know, I care about the miniatures mostly. So, you know, if they don't do that right, then that's when you're going to see me getting as riled as Dim gets. You know, like, I'll be like, what
the miniatures are definitely the most important thing for me. I would buy a gorgeous miniature with shit rules.
Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah,
well, I did. I bought my Gorkanaut when Gorkanauts were really shit. Gorkanauts are pretty good now, but they weren't always that way. But I didn't give a fuck because I loved the miniature. I was like, oh, it's just so cool. I've got to have one of them. But I wouldn't buy...
It's not even about them being, like, crap in the rules. It's just about them being fun even sometimes. Like, some things are just not even worth playing because they're boring, you know?
Because it had really good rules.
No.
I might do my own version of it, which I've done a lot of, tank busters, for example.
That's exactly the way to go. Yeah.
But yeah, the miniature for me is the most important thing, and yeah, the rules and how good it is on the table won't really affect my decision of whether I want to buy it or not. It might question how many times it gets put on the table.
Yeah.
If it, your beloved vehicle that you've bought, and then every game it's just dead first turn every time. You might go, do you know what? I'm going to leave it out of the list next time.
It looks better in the cabinet than it does on the battlefield, let's say.
Yeah. Looks better in the cabinet rather than being a smoking crater.
Yeah. I've still got to get glass for my display cabinet as it goes. I've got a display cabinet that my friend made for me, and it's good, and I painted it inside and out. I haven't got the glass in it yet, the shelves, because after building the cabinet and measuring up all the shelves, I mean, I need 8 shelves each side, and they're going to be a good size shelf, so I'll be able to get quite a bit on each one. But priced it up, £300 for the glass. Oh, Jesus, I should have just bought a cabinet. Trying to avoid the massive costs, in building one, but ended up costing more that way, really.
I wonder if it's a case. I'm thinking now, like display cabinet wise, like what other things you could buy that aren't designed to be display cabinets. So I wonder if
there's a great one that Lidl do. I'm waiting for it to be in stock again, but
I've seen a lot of people, and there was another one.
It's quite narrow, but it's a good one for figures.
I wonder about things like Vivs and stuff. Whether you could repurpose something that's not designed to be, but has glass sliding doors or whatever that you can use as display cabinets. Because a lot of the time, if you get something that's not designed for the hobby or whatever, designed for that, you can get it a lot cheaper, even though effectively it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, I get you.
Might be something worth looking into and thinking about. Thinking if you could use, it's not actually a display cabinet, but damn, it could be used as one with some modifications or whatever.
Yeah, good thinking.
My stuff usually stays out of view because it all goes into the cases because I want to just protect them from dust and damage and cats. So all the stuff that I've spent so hard, only ever gets seen when I either put it on a video or put it on the table to play a game.
I get you.
It's all hidden out of view. Because even a lot of the display cabinets aren't very good protection from dust, are they?
No, not really.
Dust is a fucker. Dust will fuck your miniatures.
Yeah.
If you leave them out for a few weeks or whatever, and a bit of dust settle, you brush it off. There's no harm done. But if they're there left for years, dust collecting on them, it does fuck up your paint job, doesn't it? After a time.
Yeah.
It settles in and it sort of sticks to the miniature. And
Scarney says get a cabinet, cut windows in the door, and put in a sheet of acrylic.
Yeah, go. Well, with your DIY skills, Dread, I'm sure you could knock something up at a fraction of the cost.
Well, that's what I thought. That's why I started this cabinet, innit? It's like, I said to my mate, it's like, we'll make it out of chipboard, nice cheap wood, and we'll paint it so it looks good. So we've, I made the effort of making this thing. It fits in. We've built a plinth for it to be all nice and level and everything. And got 2 sides, 2 doors. Got glass doors for it. So I've got the doors. It's just the shelves. And you wouldn't expect, toughened 3 or 4 mil glass to cost so much. But blimey, £300 for 16 shelves. I suppose it's fair enough, but it's quite a big outlay, isn't it?
I was going to say maybe you could get not toughened glass, so you could have something cheaper and a bit more.
Do you know though, Perspex is almost just as expensive.
With your clumsiness, I wouldn't advise that.
Oh no, I mean, I did. We've got glass here where I live on this site. We've actually got a lot of windows, loads of them.
Well, you did have before you moved in.
Yeah, I did consider cutting some glass from them, but. Yeah, no, I spoke to someone who knows about glass, and they said, look, unless you get the proper stuff...
They said, stay the fuck away from my glass.
Yeah, it's likely to just, you could be putting your metal model or have your metal model fall over, and it just just hits it the right way that the whole thing comes smashing through, and you'll have like eight stories of glass, yeah, smashing through, stompers and everything flying off, and resin miniatures smashing across the floor. And oh no, thanks.
See, Gubbins gets there saying the glass cabinets from IKEA are all right. Yeah, they're very popular. I know of a lot of people who have those glass cabinets from IKEA.
Yeah, I had one of those before.
Very popular ones. See them in the background and a lot of YouTube channels with their miniatures displayed. I think it's been a real popular one.
I've had the my eye though on that one from IKEA because it's very it's not very deep. It's only like about as when you see a picture of it, it's displaying Hot Wheels cars, collectible cars in it. So it's only very narrow, or trains and stuff like that. But perfect for 40k figures. Not so much the vehicles, but like I've got the bigger display cabinet, and those shelves are like almost square because it's quite a deep cupboard that we've built. So I could have all my vehicles in that. I mean, I could probably fit all my troops in there too, but eventually, it'd be nice to also have just a figure display on the stairs.
I think it depends as well, isn't it, of like where you play most often. Like if generally people are coming to yours to play, then it's good because you can have them there in your games room ready to go and just take them out and you put them on the table. But if you're more the sort of player that's packing your stuff up and off on the move all the time, playing at different locations, then generally for convenience, just having them sitting there in the storage case, ready to grab and go is more convenient, isn't it? It's
well, I'm going to be doing the same storage solution as yourself with the magnet bases into the really handy storage boxes. My bases will have magnets on. It's just I'd rather them be in a display cabinet while I'm at home and be able to look at them and enjoy them and other people see them and stuff.
You know what? I need to sort something out on my bases because that storage solution is working really well for me. The transport solution, but the magnets are so strong that they are stronger than the super glue that holds them to the bases.
Yeah.
So every now and again, I'll pull out a miniature, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake! I see the fucking magnet stuck to the fucking metal there, and it's come off the fucking base. So I need to figure out a way to get them to stay on the bases better. Need to get that adherence stronger. I've seen, I think someone was saying to me like you put like a
some really
little bit of green stuff over it or whatever.
It's in the comments. There's some really, really stupid suggestions going on right now.
go on, read them out.
Well, we got someone saying they put them in a fish tank.
Do you know what? I was gonna say something like that because you can get some fish tanks fucking dirt cheap, and that's glass all round, isn't it? And
someone saying buy a bookcase and wrap it in cellophane.
A bit of cling film, job done.
Or freeze them in solid blocks of distilled water. You mad gits. What do you like?
Store them in amber.
Oh, my paint is actually starting to dry out now. We've got left about 10 minutes left. I'm almost at the point I said to you before we went on. I said I just want to, if I can get the metal done and get his skin done, you're happy.
The stream, then I'm happy, and I'm very, very close to doing that now.
There you go. Stevo's close to happy, people.
Well, I'll go that far.
Right, it's been an honour having you on as my first guest anyway, mate. Who else? Who else could I have but the man that inspired me to start myself?
Oh, stop it. Don't, carry on.
Exactly. I mean, what are you talking about? You love it.
Carry on. You're doing good. More of that, please.
No, that's all you're getting. But viewers, if you don't already know 6 Plus Stevo, the man by my side right here and now, then do head on over to 6 Plus Stevo. There is on my very page here, there is even in the description of this video, as there is in all of my videos, there is a link to Stevo's channel, but it's also in my featured channels there on the Facebook page and on the YouTube page, sorry. homepage, along with a few other channels there that you will see as featured channels that are orky and decent, and that Dread enjoys watching, or people that Dread works with. Check them out. But Stevo's there. Go and check his channel if you don't already know it. I'm sure you do.
You know, it was funny. The other day, someone messaged me, commented on one of my videos, and said, "Do you know Dread Gaming? He runs a really cool channel.
It's better than yours."
Oh no, don't be silly.
That's not what I said.
He said, "You two
you could learn a thing or two from him."
He said you should collaborate with him at some point.
Oh yeah.
And I was kind of shocked. I'm like, "Is this guy not?" I said, I said, "Yeah, I'm aware of him, mate." I said, "We already do collaborate quite a lot. We have a channel together, actually, along with two other war bosses and that." But it shocked me that I was like, "Blimey." I think it's someone that's been subscribed to me for a while as well, and I was like, "Blimey!" It surprised me that he didn't already know that.
Yeah.
He thought he was telling me something new, you know. Have you seen this bloke called Dread Gaming? No, mate, never heard of him.
Well,
but there you go. If you're watching this, buddy, who left that comment, there you go.
We do, and here it is on Dread Gaming itself. So we have got Stevo leaving in a very short moment. So I suppose I'll let you know all about the Discord and where you can find me. So I don't know if it was shared in there. Actually, I can't do it while I'm live. Head on over to Discord, guys, and just tap in 40k Orc Community. If you don't know about it already, I'm sure you can find it. Someone might share a link there in the comments for you if you're lucky.
Scar did a little while ago.
He did a while ago, did he? Good man himself. I've actually closed my own Discord, the Dread Discord, because there's no point in it. We've got the 40k Orc Community, and I don't use Discord enough, and when I do, I tend to be in there, so as I will be in the next few minutes when we're out of here. So I haven't got all that far on my painting, really. I say that I've got some metallics into the back of this. Got some into the exhaust stacks. A little bit on the edges here. A little bit on the top. Just a few odd places and a few of the spikes I'm just working in. But as it goes, my paint started drying out. So yeah,
it's difficult when you're hosting and painting, isn't it? That's why.
Yeah.
I'm always happy on these things to go, "Oh, come and appear on your channel." That's cool, because then I know you've got to do all that shit and I'm focused on painting.
Well, I spent all day setting this up and making it pretty, and getting the cameras right and everything. So hopefully, it does seem like it's worked. It's allowed me to sort of just crack on and talk and paint, because I've actually got it working. Surprising.
Done a fine job, buddy.
Well, it only took all day, and I skipped even cooking dinner. I was going to cook myself a roast dinner. It's Sunday today. I was going to cook a roast dinner. I even invited one of my friends over for roast dinner. Then I had to message him and say, "Oh, I'm pulling my hair out over this bloody streaming software. I haven't got round to cooking yet. I don't know if I know I'm going to." So that's why I'm saying to you guys, I'm going to have to phone the pizza place down the road after this and see if he'll deliver me a pizza, because I ain't got time to be cooking now.
I had a pizza earlier, not a takeaway one. I just cooked one at home, but I am quite peckish myself now, actually.
Sorry, it's my fault for mentioning it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go and snack in a minute on something. So do you have a sort of a time frame that you've got, a prediction for your completion of your army, or you veering away from that minefield?
Well, I wouldn't like to say time wise. I'm working on it, and I am working on it, so that's definitely getting it a lot more done than not working on it was.
Yeah, funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, I had been not giving it the proper time. I had a lot of other things going on in life, but now I'm giving it a bit more time. I'm actually getting it done, you know. So, and I really, you know, for me, the big thing is having something to play with you guys. And, you know, I know that we're locked down till March, so I've got till then, as far as I'm concerned, because once that's over, we could theoretically, possibly be allowed to meet up and play. So I'm hoping to have it done by then. That's kind of my, you know.
Cool. That's not too far away now.
No, it's not too far away, mate. You're only looking at like about 5 weeks, aren't you? So I think it's the first. I think it's about the 7th or the 5th or the 7th of March. They said so. Yeah, it's about 5 or 6
Progress
weeks.
Certainly looks good, mate. It looks like you've definitely shot forward from where you were. And
I have. I've been working on the. I'll show you guys as well. I've been working on the bus as well. Now it's very bright. I actually had a mistake with this. So I had done all the Zenithal, as you can see in the back there. I've done all the like Zenithal rust, and then I'd laid the yellow on, and then I had a total accident. I thought I'd give it a bit more depth, but well, I tried to do basically what you do with ink and shading, and I put some contrast Iandan yellow on it. Horrible shit. Destroyed the whole bloody thing. All of the lovely Zenithal, you know, pre-shading was destroyed. So I had to the other day cover over every other little bit that I didn't want yellow again, and respray it with yellow, working up from a darker yellow up to a lighter yellow on the top. So the only reason you can now see a variant in the shading is because I've forced it there, although you can't really see it too much because of A, the lighting I've got here, and B, how bright it is. Yes, it's very bright, but as I was explaining to you guys, I'm going heavy with oils and weathering pigments and stuff like that. So basically going for new car look. You know, new car almost on the coloured areas, because they're going to get knocked right back. So there we go. And I suppose with that, I should call the stream to a close and let my mate Stevo get on. So I'll let you say your goodbyes, Stevo.
Yeah, I'm close to finishing.
Go on, you can show us what you've done. You've done.
Well, yeah, there's not too much to show really. It's just some light on it. So yeah, it's just literally flat colour going on him, getting his skin done. It never ceases to amaze me how slow I am. Literally, I'm thinking, but yeah, it's getting there, you know. I
think with the actual figurines, though, they are slower. It's like I was saying earlier, it's just vehicles you can plough through.
You think it's done, and then I'm looking at, oh look, missed a little bit there. So literally, for the last half hour, I've just been sort of looking around, going, oh, there's a little bit of black there, I missed a bit, you know, just a little bit of. So I'm just going around getting into these little hard to reach areas, getting in the bits that, to be honest with you, I probably could get away with not painting green, because no one's ever going to fucking see them, because they're under a shoulder pad or behind the sleeve or whatever. But it just bugs me if they're not painted. So
oh god, we've got a bot that's dropping a load of how do I ban someone? How do we ban that one?
Oh yeah, blimey, he's going for it, isn't he? Let him go, blimey. Well, it's getting the old interactivity on your video done. Look at that. Oh, someone's done it. Boom.
Put user in timeout. Put user in timeout.
Jeez.
Report. Unwanted commercial content.
Oh, you do get them, didn't you?
Yeah. Git.
Bloody wankers.
Right, so.
Tell you what, mate. I'll just say just before I do go. It's I think people watching our struggle, getting these lists done, getting this stuff painted, seeing how slow we are. And when we started out, we were having this chat the other day, weren't we? I think we provide a valuable service for the community, because there are far more professional channels out there and painters, hobbyists that, you know, you go on their channel, And they've got beautifully painted armies, and you see the display cabinets behind them, and you see their battle reports with like these legions of stunning miniatures and stuff. And you can watch this stuff, and it can leave you feeling really quite shit about yourself.
You're never going to get there,
yeah. But you know, when you watch us, and you're like, God, them guys are slow. I've got way more than them. This is the service we provide. We make you feel good about yourself.
We make you look good.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We provided, and there was a niche that was required. You know, we filled that gap.
Yeah, the niche is follow my struggle. Follow my struggle.
Is some people to come on and create channels about 40k that ain't painted fuck all, and they can fuck up all their sound, and they can fuck up all their videos and that. And you know, I can watch this and I can go, well, I can do that. I can do it better than what they're doing. You know, we're here for you guys. It's what we do.
Exactly, yeah. It's all love.
There you go. And on that note, mate, I shall say my goodbye.
No.
Hang on. So there's because look, I've moved the light and I've gone down. I've blinded all your viewers, mate.
Oh, I haven't.
Talking about the old gleam from my head, you know. So.
That's right. I think the viewers caught things that I didn't, or you didn't. Either way.
But yeah, guys. So thank you, mate, for having me on.
You're very welcome.
I got a bit of painting done, a bit of progress done.
Oh look, I forgot. I've got an Orky t-shirt on today. Yeah, bring the ruckus.
I haven't got. I've got me. What have I got on? My Bad Boy Entertainment. My representing.
Bit of hip hoppy. Well, mine's Wu-Tang. It's Orks and Wu-Tang. Can't beat that.
Bit of East Coast going on there, man. So yeah,
that's nice.
But yes, mate. Thank you very much. And I guess I'll just stay. It's 6+ with his shiny, gleaming head signing out.
And it's enough said from Dread. See you later, guys.